Have you ever watched the stock market and wondered why some people make decisions that seem completely irrational? They are probably stupid, you might think. This is a concept that can change how you think about investing. The 5 laws of stupidity. No, this isn't just another finance lesson. It's a way to better understand human behavior and improve your financial decisions. Now, see yourself standing on the floor of a busy stock exchange. Traders are shouting, screens are flashing, and money is changing hands at lightning speed. Amid all this chaos, some people make choices that defy logic. Understanding their behavior could be the key to your own financial success. The idea of the 5 laws of stupidity comes from Carlo M. Cipolla, a professor who first introduced these concepts in 1976. While it may seem dated, these laws are incredibly relevant today. As we move through the complex markets and face economic challenges, these insights can help us make better decisions. Let's start with the first law. Everyone underestimates the number of stupid individuals around us. This might sound harsh, but it's an important insight. Think about the many financial bubbles and crashes throughout history. From tulip mania in the 17th century to the dot-com bubble in the late 1990s and the 2008 financial crisis, these events remind us how collective poor decision-making can impact everyone. Take the dot-com bubble as an example. In the late 1990s, investors poured billions into internet startups, many of which had no clear path to profitability. The Nasdaq soared from under 1,000 in 1995 to over 5,000 in March 2000 before crashing dramatically. It's easy to see the irrationality in hindsight, but even seasoned investors were swept up in the excitement. So, what exactly defines stupidity in this context? This brings us to Cipolla's 3rd law. A stupid person causes losses to others without gaining anything themselves and often incurs losses as well. In practical terms, this could be the investor who panics and sells during a market downturn, locking in their losses while contributing to a broader sell-off that affects many others. Or consider a financial advisor who recommends high-risk investments to clients nearing retirement, jeopardizing their savings without any benefit. A recent example is from March 2020 during the COVID-19 market crash. As the S&P 500 dropped by 34% in just over a month, many investors sold their holdings in panic. Those who held on saw the market recover by August of that year. The stupid action not only hurt individual investors, but also contributed to a wider market decline. Now, let's explore the 4th law. Non-stupid people often underestimate how damaging stupid individuals can be. This is especially dangerous when a few reckless actions can have far-reaching consequences. The 2008 financial crisis illustrates this perfectly. Many experts underestimated the impact of subprime mortgages and complex financial instruments tied to them. They failed to see how a small group's poor decisions could lead to a global economic meltdown. According to a report by the Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission, about $11 trillion in household wealth was lost during that crisis, with unemployment rising from 5% in January 2008 to 9.5% by June 2009. These staggering figures highlight just how powerful stupid decisions can be when their impact is downplayed. So how can we use these laws to become better investors? First, be aware of your own potential for making poor decisions. We're all susceptible to biases and emotional reactions when it comes to money. Recognizing this vulnerability is crucial for making smarter choices. One effective strategy is implementing cooling-off periods before making significant financial decisions. Research shows that even a brief delay can help reduce emotional biases. For example, you might decide to wait 24 hours before acting on any investment impulse, giving yourself time to evaluate whether your decision is based on sound reasoning or just an emotional reaction. Next, don't assume that credentials or past success guarantee smart decision-making. Even top investors can make foolish choices. Warren Buffett often emphasizes that avoiding stupid mistakes is more important than trying to be exceptionally clever. Buffett himself experienced this with Dexter Shoe Company. In 1993, he acquired Dexter for $433 million in Berkshire Hathaway stock. By 2001, Dexter was worthless, while the Berkshire stock used for the purchase had grown significantly in value. Buffett later called it one of his worst deals, a stark reminder that even great investors can make mistakes. Be cautious of investment opportunities that seem too good to be true. Remember that there are always more foolish people around than we expect. Some might try to sell you dubious investment schemes. The Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme is an extreme example. It defrauded investors of around $64 billion because many overlooked warning signs due to greed or misplaced trust. Another key point is diversification. It's not just about spreading risk, but also protecting yourself from others' poor decisions. If one company or sector suffers due to bad choices, you won't lose everything if your investments are spread out across different areas. Finally, always do your own research instead of relying solely on others' opinions, no matter how expert they may seem. Even professional investors can make mistakes. Remember long-term capital management, LTCM, which collapsed despite being run by acclaimed economists and Nobel laureates due to highly leveraged trading strategies. Now, let's discuss practical strategies you can use based on these insights. Start by creating an investment checklist. Before making any decision, ask yourself questions like, do I fully understand this investment? Am I being influenced by others rather than facts? Is my decision based on emotion instead of logic? Consider keeping an investment journal where you record not only your decisions, but also your reasoning behind them. This practice can help you identify patterns in your thinking and spot potential mistakes before they happen. Scenario planning is another useful tool. Imagine worst-case scenarios for any investment you're considering. If you're comfortable with those outcomes, you're less likely to make panic-driven decisions if things go south. Staying informed about broader economic trends is also essential as they can impact your investments significantly. For instance, as we move into 2024, we see shifts like the rise of artificial intelligence reshaping industries and job markets, while climate change increasingly influences investment choices through ESG, environmental, social, governance factors. Geopolitical tensions also create uncertainty. For example, ongoing technological rivalries between countries like the US and China affect sectors such as semiconductors and telecommunications. Being aware of these trends helps you avoid making short-sighted decisions based on immediate circumstances. Remember that risk is part of investing. Higher risk often leads to higher returns, but aim to eliminate unnecessary risks caused by poor decisions from yourself or others. As Peter Lynch famously said, know what you own and know why you own it. This principle can guide you toward better choices. As we wrap up our discussion on these laws of stupidity, think back to our bustling stock exchange scene. With this new understanding, you're not just watching numbers. You're observing human behavior at play, spotting panic sellers and overconfident risk takers while aiming to be one of those level-headed investors who base their choices on analysis rather than emotion or crowd mentality. So, what's next for you? Will you reassess your investment strategy with these insights? Maybe start that investment journal? Or share what you've learned with someone who could benefit. In finance, knowledge truly is power, and understanding human behavior, including stupidity, can unlock your path to success. But remember that knowledge alone isn't enough. Applying what you've learned is what makes all the difference. For instance, you can consider setting up regular financial checkups for yourself, just like an annual physical at the doctor's office, but for your finances. Take time every quarter or 6 months to review your decisions. Are you sticking with your investment plan? Have any choices turned out poorly? What lessons can you take away? Don't underestimate continuous learning either. Finance evolves constantly with new investment vehicles and changing regulations emerging all the time. Commit yourself to staying educated. Read financial news regularly, attend seminars, or take online courses related to finance and economics. Lastly, embrace technology as part of your investing strategy. Tools like robo-advisors are becoming more sophisticated and may help mitigate human biases or stupid decisions. But remember, they should complement your judgment rather than replace it entirely. This journey towards smarter investing starts now. Keep learning and stay curious while questioning assumptions along the way, because ultimately, it's not just about making great decisions. It's about consistently avoiding foolish ones too. As you reflect on these insights from the 5 laws of stupidity, think about how you'll apply them moving forward. What steps will you take today? Each decision is an opportunity for growth. Even if mistakes happen along the way, The key lies in recognizing them and using those experiences for future improvement. In closing, remember Benjamin Franklin's words, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. By understanding these laws of stupidity and applying them wisely, you're making a valuable investment in your financial future, a choice that could pay off handsomely over time. So, as we finish up here today, consider how you'll move forward armed with this knowledge. What will be your first step toward avoiding stupid financial decisions? Your journey begins now. Good luck and happy investing.